It's here at Mallory Park where the legends conclude their championship year with the 12th round on the mile oval. 2 of those 3 races for you today. Paul Hughes has already clinched the crown for the 2nd consecutive season, but looking back, how does he view his time in Legends?
I mean, the first year we started, I mean, we didn't expect to do anything. We pulled off from, you know, we won the season, couldn't believe it. You know, we thought it was a fluke, you know, we had a good bit of luck, didn't have no problems. The second year, you know, 98, we've done it again. We've thought about moving on, but the competition now at the end of this year is so strong now. I think they think I'm running scared if I blow it out now, so I mean, save face. I'll have to give them another chance, won't I? I mean, I'd like to leave it and go out as champion, but I'm going to give them one more year to have a go back at me.
By contrast, Peter Morton made his debut in the diminutive races at the beginning of the season and is now starting to find the pace.
It's taken a bit of time, and we've watched, we've looked and listened. We've made a few alterations to the car. We've tried another engine, and that seems to be working in our favour, and the results are coming, so we're hoping for a good day.
Well, we're all hoping for a good day too, Peter. Let's just hope that the weather conditions stay as they are at the moment. It is dry, but there are some threatening clouds overhead, and as they are on their pace lap at the moment, Paul Hughes and Darren Hills make up the front row. Lars Christian Brask and Steve Thompson in the similarly liveried cars on the second row. We get a good, clean start, and Steve Thompson tries to go alongside Darren Hills as they come down to turn 1, or Gerrards, as it's also known. We're on board here with Pete Morton. He's carrying the onboard camera this weekend, and round Gerrards they go. Paul Hughes, the champion, has made the start he was looking for, but I suggest you keep an eye on that man there, Morton. Here we are again on board with Peter. He really has found the pace in the last couple of races and is sure to have a good showing here if he can thread his way through these 5/8 scale American replicas of Ford sedans and coupes. Well, they've all made it safely through the first lap, but Darren Hills round the outside of the champion. Paul Hughes is really under threat, and look too for the red car there of John Mickle in red 4. Mickle on a charge and going for 2nd place. So Hughes, in the course of a start-finish straight, finds himself down in 3rd place, but fights back on the inside of Mickle. So Mickle goes from 2nd to 3rd. He only held it for a corner. Well, Mickle comes from the oval scene. He knows how to run this Mallory Oval now. It's the biggest oval in the country, and Mickle knows how to make his little engine work round here. He had huge problems in qualifying this morning, and his team have worked like fury to get the car repaired and back out there. Engine problems it was, and he puts it sideways, but as they cross the line again, Hills it is who leads from Mickle now back up into 2nd, and Mickle going for the lead as they go up to turn 1. Look at Hills, moves across to the inside line. That's to protect his position. Mickle will have to go the long way around. He's going to make it pay. But Hughes is there ominously in 3rd place. Looking back, Steve Thompson is the 4th place man. Behind him in 55 is Gary Thomas there, 4th and 5th respectively. And Sean McLaughlin in the Arco machine, the number 7 car there, the brightly liveried wings on a charge too. Well, here is Hills, Mickle, Hughes, there is Steve Thompson and Gary Thomas. And with these front 3 fighting it out as they are, the rest of the field are bearing down on them. There's Simon Dorrell, been in Legends for a couple of years now, and really running quite well this season, although I suspect he would have liked to have had more from his season than he's garnered so far. Through turn 1 they go again. Still Hills, Mickle and Hughes. Thompson and Thomas. Bit of a mouthful, but we cope somehow, and onto the main backstretch they come as Hughes puts the sideways move on, and Mickle moves out wide as well. Side by side they'll be as they come into focus to us here down at turn 3, and Hills under pressure. Mickle there with him too. Ooh, it was all very tight and close through there. Oh, I'll tell you what, there's Hughes. No wonder he's just checking his visor. Well, it is really frenetic and frantic stuff in Legends. It has been all season long, and they put on some great displays, and we got side-by-side motoring. Hills, though, still holding off. Darren Hills from Worthing, and he really has been building his experience in the championship this year again. We saw him, remember, he had a huge, great barbecue under that engine cover at Croft earlier in the season when the engine went bang and it set on fire spectacularly. Here's Mickle going for the outside line on a 2-touch, and Hills spins on as contact with Paul Hughes. It's an absolute nightmare for Hughes and Hills, but John Mickle seems to escape, so too as Peter Morton. Well, now then, well, that's going to be the end of Darren Hills' race. Well, that's real misfortune for him, but that suspension is absolutely kaput. It wouldn't surprise me if he's damaged the drive shaft too, and that leaves John Mickle. The man from Cambridge out front and by a very healthy margin indeed in terms of Legend Racing. And look at the back behind as well. They desperately want that second place, and Sean McLaughlin's on the grass there, 2 wheels, and he's through. Well, the auto-crossing route weren't there for McLaughlin. We've still got debris on the track, in fact, but it's off the racing line, so I don't think the clerk of the course will be too worried about that. Across the line they go. New order then. McLaughlin there, under pressure now for that second place from Stevie Thompson. Thompson going for second place in the championship, along with Sean McLaughlin. These two, we said before that the championship has already been settled in favour of Paul Hughes, and we saw him involved with that incident with Darren Hills, but whether or not McLaughlin or Thompson will take the second place in the championship, that's the two leading this pack coming towards us. Thompson in the yellow car on the outside, McLaughlin on the inside in the blue and fluorescently liveried machine, and they come towards us. Oh, and a big sideways moment there for Mark Hobbs. Well, the checkered flag is out. John Mickle will take the victory. Cracking drive from him, and Sean McLaughlin does his hopes of clinching that runner-up spot in the championship. The power of good. Steve Thompson comes home third, and it's a fine fourth place for Gary Thomas. Well, there is the victor, John Mickle, and Marshall's picking up debris from that incident.
Me and Darren Hills was like wheel to wheel for I think about 5 laps, and then Darren went up the inside. I think he caught the back of mine, and he spun out and left me home and dry. But in the meantime, we didn't know who it was. There was Paul trying to come around the outside of me. There was cars coming everywhere, but it was brilliant racing.
Well, it was indeed brilliant racing, and we are looking forward now to our second, what we hope will be a brilliant race again. But look at this, rain falling here at Mallory Park. It's only spotting at the moment, but the red lights are on. You can see that from the onboard camera that Peter Morton's carrying. The red lights change to green, and it's a good start for the front row by Nigel Kelsey and Mark Hobbs. But look at Sean McLaughlin absolutely flying through, and is he going to lead going into the first corner? That's a brilliant start from McLaughlin. Well, my word, there is John Mickle in the red car. They're all being a bit tippy-toey, and you see there that Sean McLaughlin has forced his way through into the lead. But look too at the green car. Darren Hills' team have done a brilliant job to repair that car and get it out for this second race. They've replaced the rear right quarter, and look at Hills there, absolutely sideways. It shows you how greasy it is, but they all run these cars with treaded tyres. They're a control tyre, so they all have the same equipment, and Hills will lead. Oh my word, well, does he like these conditions or what? Darren Hills started way back on the 7th row of the grid, and he's through and leading by the end of lap 1. Quite incredible. Well, unbelievable stuff. There in the 5 car is Steve Pearce, who made his Legends debut in the middle of the year, but we are looking at the leader, Darren Hills, followed by Mark Hobbs on the outside. Now, if you know your stuff around here, oh my word, contact there. The onboard camera jinx hitting Peter Morton, absolutely clobbered there by Mark Hobbs. I was about to say Hobbs taking the wider line. Look at that sideways motoring from Darren Hills. The wider line here at Mallory can give you more grip because it seems to work really well in these semi-wet conditions, the greasy conditions that the Legends drivers are experiencing at the moment. But poor old Peter Morton now, has that damaged his car? Yes, it has. Look at that right front as we look at it, the left front for him. It's almost pointing to the side, and I'll tell you what, he's going to have a real fight on his hands. Controlling that car around the circuit is Peter Morton, the Clackhampton-based man in the Firth Steels car. Well, let's just watch his progress, but out front, Darren Hills is absolutely flying, and so too, great battle shaping up for 3rd and 4th place between Sean McLaughlin in 7 and John Mickle there in the red 4 car. Also going very strongly is Richard Nelson. Oh, and there's the damage you can see. Poor old Peter Morton fighting with the wheel there, trying to make the car turn right. It just wants to go off into Bedfordshire. Well, let's see how he gets on with that. Hills, though, coming back with a vengeance, leading this race. Gary Thomas trying to go around the outside. Oh, no, on the grass and all over the option. And sideways again is Darren Hills. Brilliant stuff for the Legends guys. Peter Morton, though, going on manfully. Turn right, Peter, turn right. Oh, man, the wall. Oh, that's the end of that, I think. Peter Morton in the tyre wall, nothing he could do about that. That's going to be the end and retirement for him because of the damage to that front corner. But look who's on a charge now, the champion Hughes. He's gone round the outside at turn 3. Yellow flags flying. That means no overtaking in this sector of the track, and that's because of Peter Morton embedded there in the tyre wall. But Hughesy has gone absolutely flying there, taken Darren Hills by surprise. Again, using that knowledge of the circuit that he has. They've raced here before in these conditions. We've got a spinner there, which is Mike Ives in the 8 car. Well, he'll rejoin. And back at the front, Hughes still leading from Hills, and Peter Morton watches on as John Mickle and Stevie Thompson fight it out for 4th and 5th place respectively. Let's just recap. Hughes leads. It's a great scrap for 2nd place between Richard Nelson in 17 and Darren Hills on the outside in 21. Behind him, Mickle and Thompson are also fighting as we get to the closing stage of this race. Don't rule out that man too, Gary Thomas, because in these tricky conditions anything can happen. Hughes holds the line. Hills tucked in with him. Richard Nelson goes for the wider line. There'll be another lap to run. Oh, Mickle spins. John Mickle, our race 1 winner, spins it up the wall. The team's on the pit wall, diving out of the way. Oh, and that's bitter misfortune for John Mickle. A good points haul here would have done him the power of good in this final race of the season. But here we are again, and Hills is back in front. Oh, they're side by side. Hills, Hughes and Nelson. That's the 1, 2, 3 as they come around this time. Through turn 3, into turn 4. Sideways goes Hills in traditional style. There is Hughes right in his wheel tracks at the moment. And the checkered flag comes out for Darren Hills. Well, what a way to bounce back from Darren Hills. Great drive from him. He'll be absolutely thrilled with that. So too, I think, Richard Nelson, who finished 3rd.
We got the car set up very good this weekend, and we're retiring today, so it's nice to get on the rostrum, very much so.
And that one I was at the back, I thought I got it all to do here. The only way is to go around the outside. It turned out the outside line was a quick one, and I was able to go around everybody, so yeah, I was well pleased. What happened, I changed my line on the last lap to stop him going up the inside of me, and he went round the quick line and took me, you know, the same way I'd taken everybody else. But there you are, well pleased with that anyway.
It's nice to be back at the front again. I've had quite a few bad meetings lately. And it's just nice to get it all right and have a good time. You know, that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's brilliant. I do love the wet, and I love like going flat out around Gerrard's and the S's and that. And I do like the track. It's just, you know, really good close racing. It's excellent.
Were you surprised the way that Paul came back to you?
Yeah, I was very surprised. I thought I got a bit of a gap, and the next thing I know, he's up the outside of me. And then he took the same line as I did into the corner. I managed to do the same back to him. And I was just lucky. I thought we had 1 lap to go. I was just pleased the checkered flag came out when it did. But it's brilliant. I mean, that is what racing's all about, isn't it?
Absolutely brilliant stuff there from Darren.